Another beautiful dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Disclosure 101. There have been a lot of irregularities in play. And when I talk about irregularities in play, I talk about how close we are to disclosure in the year 2021. The month of May was promising. The month of June, even more promising. And July and August seem to be the deadline moments that we're waiting for. Of course, every year we have some stuff that we're waiting for which never comes. That's disclosure. To begin with, governments understanding and acknowledging what we know to be true, the fact that we aren't alone, the fact that there's copious amounts of evidence out there. But this channel isn't about of just claiming wild theories. It's about actually looking at things. And what are we going to be looking at today? Now, what I want to start with is this right here. Has anyone seen in public what they've thought they might have been an alien or an MIB? Now, an MIB is what the community in the UFO phenomena community calls men in black. Essentially, people from the government who are here to go hush hush on you. People from the government who are here to ask you to shut your mouth, stop doing what you're doing, stop pursuing the truth, stop putting out information because you are getting too close to the truth. Now, a testimony to this question that was put out on Reddit was the fact that they themselves in a few instances have come across people in public and have instantly gotten the feeling that they might be an alien or an MIB. They've even been followed on one occasion by one of these people. Now, this could be just a subtle aspect, but the look that you get when you look at someone and this gut feeling that you get from within, that can't be wrong, right? Now, about the whole being followed by these people, unless you're an actual personality in the phenomena itself, I don't buy it per se, because I'm here to be legitimate, right? I don't want to just go out there and start proclaiming things that might not have anything in them to proclaim. So I'm going to call it like it is. And when it comes to this, I'm going to call it like it is. I don't believe the fact that someone would randomly start following people, because a lot more people believe in the phenomena than are out there to debunk it. And that's just the bottom line. Now, being from India, the one thing that garnered my attention to this story was the fact that it was in Jharkhand, which is almost in the north of India. You'd say not to the middle of India. And because I've been doing a lot of research about more locally sourced alien phenomena in terms of the Indian subcontinent and Asian continent as a whole, there has been a lot that's been very promising when it comes to this. Now, you see this figure. This figure is exactly what people are talking about, because this figure is what people saw. They saw this figure walking around in the place that we're talking about, Jharkhand, a place that is, well, we'll get into that, but let's just look at this image for a second. First impressions, people think that it's a deformed image of a woman in a dress. Well, eyewitness testimonies from numerous sources dictate that it isn't the case, because there was no woman there, and there were people that witnessed this thing firsthand, were too scared to go anywhere near it, but clearly saw that it wasn't a woman. It did not respond to people calling out to it. It just roamed around funny, looked weird, was in the middle of the night, and was kind of iffy. Alright. Now, there's someone who did a pretty accurate job in converting it into a translation, and this is what we get. Near the Chadwa Dam on the Katkamsandi road of Hazaribagh, a weird humanoid figure was sighted walking in the middle of the road late evening on Friday. The pedestrians ran away when they saw this figure. Some people called it an alien, downright. They were like, it's an alien, get away from it. Other people, however, called it a ghost. They were scared. They were like, oh, it's a ghost, it's a spirit. It's going to do something that we don't know what it's going to be doing, because it's something that I can't understand, and freaked out and ran away. Then there were those people that went out of their way completely, putting two and two together. They were like, oh, there is a burial ground right next to this place, and there is another crematorium right next to this place as well. So this is like the prime spot for spirits to start looming around, which is absolute bullshit, alright? Bottom line being, you cannot write these things off as just spirits, ghosts, abominations, things you don't understand, demons, genes, if you will. Calm down, right? This isn't some ridiculous aspects of the theories that you're going to be tossing around and people buying it. Bottom line still remains to the fact that whatever this thing was, it was out there. It was witnessed by a bunch of people, not by one person, not by two people, a bunch of people, so much so that this has actually made it to the news. Now, what is your opinion on something that actually makes it to the news? Are you going to still give it credit, or are you just going to completely disregard its authenticity? Considering what it might be is still up for speculation. Is it actually just someone pranking the people, pranking the public? It very much could be. Who knows? Maybe it's just someone in a suit, someone getting some bright ideas in the middle of the night, thinking that, hey, maybe let's make local news out of this and let's just do our thing. This is the result of that said thing. Now, the final promising story about this thing is what we spoke about in the beginning. That is the upcoming UFO report that is going to be given to Congress, and it's creating a lot of buzz. The community is so hyped about this because they're actually under the impression that some legitimate things might come out. But here's me trying to pop that bubble and saying, pump the brakes. If these people, the people who are in charge of the disinformation campaigns, if they do not want you to know the truth, the reality of the equation, and they want to keep certain things out of the public eye, which they've been successfully doing for so many years, what makes you think that is now forcing the hand of a lot of these organizations to put together a briefing for Congress? How many of you actually believe that these organizations are not capable of then whitewashing the information to begin with, either whitewashing it or getting rid of any and all ordeals that would actually damn them or give legitimate evidence, or they would put it all out there and just stop short of admitting to the fact that we aren't alone? That is essentially a pattern that we've seen every time they have their back against the wall. This is what June looks like, alright? We are still waiting, ladies and gentlemen, for that breakthrough report that is going to be going to Congress, and what we might get out of it, we still don't know. So stay curious, keep that hunger alive, keep that legitimate curiosity in your brain alive, that considering the sheer scale of the universe, it is going to be nothing but ignorant to think that you're the only species that managed to gain consciousness, that you're the only species that managed to sustain itself and turn into this great evolutionary entity that we are today. And even though there might be a lot of more questions than we have answers, we also need to understand the fact that where there is a thirst for true knowledge, where there is a will, there is always a way. And when there is a point in place wherein people are willing to go the extra mile, do their due diligence, and take the necessary steps involved to find information that was buried with whatever intention, information is always going to come out. So until disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, until disclosure, I'll see you soon.